Greenspon. My name's Mary Jo LaForest. I'm a reporter, editor with the Canadian Press in the Edmonton Bureau. The CP model that you're proposing, it's pretty intriguing. However, we have some questions about if this fund is administered by the government. How do you ensure that once, say, the government changes hands and they don't want, they say, we don't like this fund anymore, and there goes 60 to 80 reporters out of a job? How do you keep the funding flowing and keep the government's hands off of it?
Well, the fund can't be administered by the government. So, you cannot have a discretionary fund that's administered by the government in a field like journalism. You might be able to do it with research and development grants and other kinds of things, but you can't do it in journalism. So there's two answers to what you asked. The first is that the fund would have to be at arm's length of government, like the academic granting councils are, and we suggested a structure that's actually even at greater arm's length than the academic granting councils, based on a model that exists for the Canadian Foundation for Innovation. And I would add that it's a model that would create a governance distance between government and the independence of the entity that's greater than that exists for CBC at the moment, where the government chooses its chair, board, and president, which isn't really adequate governance independence. So that's answer one. Answer two is vis-a-vis the CP2 proposal, particularly in those 60-80 reporters. The Canadian Press would enter into some kind of contract. We had suggested with the fund itself, which is already at arm's length, and would produce a service, for the fund, that the fund would, then judge if it's actually fulfilling its obligations and that. There are agreements between wire services and, in fact, governments. I mean, AFP, Agence France Presse, which is, a very successful wire service, has a agreement with the government of France to produce certain kinds of reporting. In this case, it's mostly around international reporting, but I believe Portuguese one. So there are models that exist even with government, but ours is with an independent entity.